Hello and welcome to Exploring Locational and Place Names. My name is Julie Goucher. There is a handout to accompany this session which can be found on my website, which is marked here, and will appear on the genealogy drop-down menu. It's also going to be available in the Facebook group that accompanies this event. Surnames exist in a variety of types, one of which is as a place name. What came first though, people taking the name of a place as their surname or their surname used as the place name? It's almost a case of what came first, the chicken or the egg. Here are a couple examples where we find instances of those place names linking in with surnames. An elderly cousin believed that the village of Elstead in Surrey took the name from the Ellis family that lived there, and Elstead was derived from Ellis Stead. Now, I've not found any evidence of that, but that doesn't mean it's not true. Recently, I've been researching the surname of Goucher on the island of Orkney. There is also a settlement called Goucher on the same island. In my view, the place came first, and the surname of the people was taken from the place. That's my view, but what is yours? Maps are a really good reference point, and I recommend exploring maps across the years, looking for your place, making a note of the spelling of the place and any landmarks noted. This will enable you to build a timeline as you research your place. Descriptions of a place: Green Hill, Green Park, Red Hill. For example, Red Hill is a place in Surrey, England, whilst there are a number of places called Red Hill, two words, that are also found across the globe. These names might be descriptive of a place, but perhaps the description does not look that way today, because of perhaps development or building. But you may find that retail parks or roundabouts have names that give a nod to the past. You might find that a location bears the name of something in the past, and that the name is the only thing that lives on. For example, in Guildford, Surrey, my grandmother was born in her parents' home in 1912 in Walnut Tree Close, Guildford. The road remains, although there are no longer any walnut trees, and the road is no longer a close. You might find that a new build, a house or an estate, a building, is named in recognition of the builder or other historical links. I lived in Teignmouth in South Devon for a number of years, where a new road was developed linking the town to a new supermarket. The road was given the name Newfoundland Road, in recognition of the links between Teignmouth and Newfoundland, where fishermen would sail from Teignmouth to Newfoundland each year. These are names where a particular place is known as one name, which might not actually derive from the actual name. My grandmother always referenced one place in her hometown of Guildford as Catton Hill. The actual name was St Catherine's, where through my childhood there was a lovely spring where you could collect water, as long as you didn't mind little bits of sand. You might also find some locations or roads have changed their name. Guildford North Street was originally known as Lower Backside, for example. And identifying those changes enables you to build into your timeline as you research your area. Some names are replicated in more than one place. Victoria, for example, is replicated across the globe, whether that is a state or a region or even a waterfall. Do they have the same source for the name? In this particular case, it is in honour of Queen Victoria, and the book on the slide is by Victoria Wood, which accompanied a TV series from about 2007, where Victoria visited many of the places named Victoria. Indigenous names are also quite interesting. It gives a nod to the past in a way that brings to life a sense of understanding of the Indigenous people. I've been doing some work in the last 5 or 6 years on a place in New South Wales, Australia, called Wagga Wagga, which is spelt W-A-G-G-A and then a separate word of W-A-G-G-A. It means place of the many crows. And that name is a modern name. It gives a nod to the Indigenous people who lived on those lands before Australia was colonised by the British. And those types of names are to be found all across Australia. Equally, there are many names in Australia that are repeated from places in the UK. So, but those Indigenous names add a new dimension to your research. Or perhaps you live in a town or a place that used to have an Indigenous name, but that name has changed over time. And again, that is something else you can put on your timeline as you build up a profile of your place. Signposts and markers add a new dimension to researching locations, and there are a number of places and links referenced onto the handout. Thank you so much for joining me for this short presentation. If you have any questions, please do feel free to email me. You can email me through this slide, which is julie.goucher@one-name.org, and don't forget to download the handout from my website on the genealogy menu or on the Facebook group. And why not visit the other presentations as part of the All About That Place. Thanks for joining me. Bye bye.